Hello, welcome pen friends. Welcome to another pen allowance. This is where I show you how I spent some of my pen allowance money. And these items are not actually pens or inks. So I've got 2 pocket notebooks that I found at Half Price Notebooks. And those, they go into my food journal. And I make them too, but I just couldn't resist these, and I wanted to show those to you. And then these envelopes I actually use for pen pal letters, and I had already tried the colored ones, and I loved them, so I got some white ones. And then this one, I just couldn't resist, even though I don't need one right now. This will be an unknown as to what I'm going to use it for. This is the Exceed brand A5 bullet journal that we're seeing a lot of people talk about. It's available in Walmart, and apparently it's got heavy paper. But for this video, what I want to do is do an actual fountain pen pen test in the back of it, and then just kind of show you the notebook. So that was my main purpose for the video, but these other little things, I'll do those real quick in the beginning. So let's just get started. Everything that you see here was under $20. I guess you can't really say that though, because with tax it bumped it up a little, but this was really affordable stuff, and that's what I really get excited about. So first of all, the way that I even knew this existed was that I saw it on Instagram, and someone had posted they found it at Half Price Bookstore. Excuse me. And we have one. So I went hoping to find one, and this was the last one at our local one with the moon. And then they also had a stargazing one. So let's just open them up and see. These I have experience with. I've used one, it's called a Canadian Passport notebook, and it was really nice paper, and it held up really well. This feels really nice too. This actually feels a lot, and so it must be a lot like my, I'm just going to grab it because it's hard for me to, it must be a lot like the Currently Inked, because I've written in one of these and that's what it felt like. But we could do a quick pen test in here too. So it's got phases of the moon. I'm really into the moon phases. And actually, oh gosh, this is nice. Huh. This is kind of nice. You don't normally have that kind of a special addition to your notebooks. Well, the Log and Jotter have those things. Oh, neat. And so it's set up kind of like a faux passport, a place for your signature and your photo. Oh, that might be fun to actually do. Okay, and then let's look in the Stargazer one. These were $2.99 each. And, whenever you can get them with good quality paper at that price, it's not bad, really. I do make them, though, but right now I'm really busy on a couple of jobs that I kind of promise people. So I'm not making any for myself right now. Oh, neat. So this has like a, oh, that is cool. It's got all these constellations and, this is, that's neat. It's got observation log. I don't know if you could see that because, of course, it's faded light blue, and you could just write there. You wouldn't have to do it, but that's neat. Actually, I like that for birds, too. I could use it for birds instead of stars. Although I do look at stars and I like them. This was an impulse purchase. This one I knew I wanted. In fact, I wanted 2 of this, but they only had 1. So I ended up getting the stargazing and the moon. So let's go ahead. We'll test out the moon one. Okay. Let's see. I've got my Currently Inked pens here. And I know you guys probably won't believe this, but I only have 8 pens inked up right now, fountain pens. I started fresh. I cleaned everything, and it was kind of a mess. So I was kind of ashamed of myself. I really pride myself in really taking care of my pens. So I have these 6 and these 2. So let's just get them all out here. I've got 4 full-size pens and 4 pocket pens inked up right now. I guess you could still call this TWSBI Mini a pocket pen. Let's see. So, I mean, this was not, this is just what I have inked up. I didn't ink these up to test this paper, so it's really going to get the reality test here. What I like to do is go to the back. And I'll devote a whole page to that. So, But this paper does feel nice. I just have no idea how it's going to stand up. Oh, and I don't count the serendipity toward my inked pens because I'm using this for review, and I just dipped it and kind of ran through some of the ink so we could, I'm doing a profile. I'm doing Pelikan Edelstein Star Ruby, so I have that ink in here. I mean, of course it counts, but it doesn't, to me, it doesn't count toward my currently inked, so to speak. So we'll just start here, I guess. This is my Kaweco Sport. No, this is my Kaweco Perkio. What am I talking about? And I have to find out what I put in here. Yeah, I just inked this up, but I forgot. Okay, so we're going to put pen test. And of course, the most important thing will probably be what happens on the other side, because I do believe this paper may be good. That's my expectation. Okay, so we've got Kaweco Perkio with a medium nib, and it's got Monteverde, Copper, Nor. And I actually inked this up purposely for a pen pal who mentioned something about looking for ink in this color, and she's overseas and I wanted her to see this. So let's just go down the line. That way it'll be kind of fair because I wasn't expecting this. Okay, so this one is my Lamia Next. And I'm going to be doing a review on this soon. I love this pen. Lamia NEXX, I think. I'm kind of rusty here. Okay, with a fine nib. And it's actually got Lamia Violet. Whoop. It's a cartridge in it. Let's do this. I always like to see how it looks when I smear it. Okay, and then I'm finishing a fill on the TWSBI Diamond 580. I've had this in here a while, but it was still performing really well. So I kept it in and did a re-entry in my log there. It's this is the TWSBI Diamond, I can't talk and write, I guess, 580 with a medium nib. And it's got Pilot Iroshizuku Murasaki Shikabu. No telling whether I'll be able to spell it right. But I'll just kind of abbreviate because I know what it is. Murasaki Shik. All right. I love this ink, and it was a gift from a pen friend. A nice little, I think it's a 15 ml bottle. Okay, then here is, okay, I'm having a little trouble with this pen. This is my Lamia All-Star, the first one I've gotten in the All-Star line. So it's Lamia, and I'm not really thinking it's the pen. I think it's the ink nib combination. So this is Lamia All-Star. And I put the 1.1 stub on it. And I put in it the Robert Oster Velvet Crush, which I love. And I'm finding it very dry. I'm picky about that, so as you know, probably, because I've mentioned it. But I'm finding it just excruciatingly dry. And when I put this nib on my Wing Sung 3008, I've had a lot of good results. But I have to compare, you know, apples to apples and maybe try this ink with this nib in the Wing Sung and see whether it's truly the feed and the pen or whether it's just the ink. But I decided, well, I'm not going to clean it out just at this moment. I have choices. I can go ahead and stick my broad Lamia nib on here. I just haven't done it yet. Gee, I didn't mean to take all day on this. Okay, so this is my... Let's go ahead and post the TWSBI Mini. It's usually more comfortable. TWSBI Mini, medium nib. Oh, my favorite, one of my favorite inks. Diamine Earl Grey. And this would be like, you know, if I can't write in this notebook with this one, then yeah, I'll be disappointed, but we don't know yet. I'm not seeing feathering or anything. I'm not seeing any problem on the surface, but we'll be turning it over in a minute. Okay, here's my Kaweco Ice Sport with a medium nib. And one of my favorite inks. I'm being messy and I'm using up a lot of paper, but hopefully I'll be able to use the back too for ink testing. So this is Noodlers Navajo Turquoise. One of my very favorite inks. Okay, and like I said, I generally use these logs for my eating, and I still could. I don't think that that little lightweight writing there is going to bother me at all, but I also could reserve this. I've been doing lots of bird watching lately, and I could use it for that, for instance. I don't know. I'll have to, there's all kinds of possibilities. Okay, here is my Moon Man Mini. Moon Man Mini. And I've got a Goulet broad nib on there. It's a number 5 nib, and I've been super happy with that. It's like, oh, give me 3 more, please, you know, of those nibs, but they're expensive. You know, they're I think $14 or maybe more. Okay, I've got Robert Oster, and I often do it like this, Tranquility in there. So that'll be a good test because that's a broad nib. Let's go ahead and give it a little extra. So I don't have much of a fill left, but that's taken me a long time to use the ink. It's just wonderful how these pens perform. I can't say enough good about them. Okay, here's the other one, but it's time to flip over and see what happened. Okay, we got a little bleed through here and there. Not drastic, but I can see those dots. So I might actually, what's that first one there? That one didn't bleed through, the Kaveco Perkio in the medium, but that's Monteverde Copper Noir is a lighter ink, not as saturated. It's still nice though. Okay, so the fine nib, yeah, there wasn't much disturbance there either on the Lamia necks with the fine nib. So it's probably going to be very selective what I write in this with. And really, because of the fact that I like writing my food in it, I don't care what I use. In fact, lately I've been dedicating one fountain pen over where I eat, or in my purse, because I take it with me too. So these notebooks go into my traveler's notebook. And right now I'm spoiled because I'm using one that I got from Goulet pens, and it is Tomoe River paper, but I don't always have that. And I'm using it up, so yeah, I'm spoiled, but I know that I've got to get back to making them and to using some of these like this. Okay, so there's that. I'm musing out loud here. I think that's enough. This one with the fine nib would probably be very much kind of similar to the Lamia necks. Okay, and I want to save time to do that. Okay, so next was these invitation envelopes, the A6. These have proven to be so nice for my pen pal letters. And the reason I decided on white, I thought let's get something that I don't have to be so worried about the color. I'll think, oh, does so-and-so like pink? Or, you know, is pink a good color for this letter? And, you know, the white ones I could use my rubber stamps, my stickers. I think I ruined one, darn. Okay, I got to quit doing that kind of thing. I can do all kinds of embellishments on the white and not worry about the color coordinating. And that's not to say I'm in a big hurry when I do pen pal letters, but I just noticed that I'm even fussy about stamps, you know, and I don't always have a big variety. So if I've got, you know, like a pink envelope and I've got a stamp that's, you know, just doesn't go with it, then I get fussy. So I thought, well, let me try the white one, see how I like it, and I'll be able to do stamps and washi of any color really will go with white. So I'm going to give it a try and I'll let you know. Now, I don't tout these for fountain pen usage. You know, I don't know anything about, in fact, I just, of course, I'd be having to use a permanent ink, and I don't really have a permanent ink inked up right now. But I have had really good luck with this, with, you know, things like my Sharpie pens or my Pitt Artist pens, just to address them. And I haven't really gotten into that. So that I will give you further feedback on how these white ones go compared to the colored ones. But I've been really happy with them. They have the peel and stick, but you know, sometimes I still do washi on the back just to reinforce it. They've been really good for like around $5 for 50. I think that's pretty good. Okay, so on to the one that I'm really curious about. I really am. I've seen all these videos, and I have not come away from those videos knowing which of my fountain pens might work. And that could be, you know, attention deficit, or that could just be that some of the journalers are not as into fountain pens, you know. I'm not trying to say they haven't done good videos. They've been excellent videos. And I mean, it got me totally in the store and made me buy this, except that I didn't buy it. My husband bought it for me because I said, no, I got too many notebooks. I looked at it and I said, well, they have the color I like, but I got too many notebooks. He said, no, I'll buy it for you. I know you want to try it. So super nice of him. So, wow, nice. Okay, let's compare it right off the bat to the Leuchtturm. This is my old one, my second one. Very close. Very, very close. Maybe the Exceed is just a little bit bigger. Taller by less than 1/4 inch. Only the cover though, I could see the paper being kind of, it's very, very similar. And we've got this beautiful coordinating elastic here. We've got dot grid, 2-page markers, 100 GSM heavyweight paper. If you haven't heard about these, you haven't been watching very many videos, because I know mine is definitely, you know, like long ways from. This is, I believe it's about the second year, because I saw somebody mentioning that the first year the paper wasn't that good. Now we're dealing with 100 GSM heavyweight paper. So let's get in here. Ooh, that's pretty. Boy, that feels a lot like the Rhodia paper to me. You know, maybe a little toothier than the Rhodia, but oh, it's smooth. It's wicked smooth. Okay, so in the front, we've got a place to put our name or whatever. Index. Very cool. That's a long index, but numbered pages. Oh, and I forgot to mention, $8.64. That's what I paid for, or my husband paid for this. Oh boy, I need to give credit where it's due. So I do love numbered pages. I have come to rely on an index when I'm doing my ink journal, especially. How handy that is to be able to put in the front, and you know, then I'm only wading through the index rather than trying to go through every page looking for where I did a collection. So that's nice. Okay, the back has the little pocket to hold things. That's nice. Let's dig out those little bookmarks and look at those. You're seeing this, you know, with me. I haven't opened one till now. Okay, they're thin, but they're nice, and they are handy. I admit I use at least one all the time, and then if I'm not using them, I just kind of tuck them back here. Okay, but it's time to see whether fountain pens are going to be okay on here. You know, I don't know for sure. And I'm going to start right in with the one that really would give it the test, because this is a wet writer. This is the Serendipity. So, hey, it may bleed through, but that's okay. Maybe I could put like a, yeah, let me go ahead. I'll put a paper just to protect that back part in case it does, because I don't know what's going to happen. Okay, pen test. So this is our first glimpse as well, or mine, at that beautiful Pelikan Edelstein Star Ruby 2019. Oh, that's a pretty red. Okay, so there it is. And we'll go ahead and put it on here. Oh my gosh, that's really nice red. Whew. Pelikan, Edelstein, Star Ruby. I want to call it Ruby Red, but it's Star Ruby. Okay, and let's give it a little bit of a extra test there. Okay. You know, I've been disappointed by notebooks before. I've gotten some cheaper ones for $5 and been so disappointed, you know. So who knows what's going to happen when we turn the page. But I don't know why I can't remember things lately. I've only got, what did I say, 8 pens inked up. Okay, so this is the Kaweco. Perkio. This behaved so well on that other paper, and I don't believe that was 80 gram. Okay, so we've got a medium nib, and we got Monteverde. I really like this ink. Copper Noir. We'll do that same little thing. Looks good, but we're only dealing with the front here. We all know what can happen. Okay, maybe I shouldn't do all of them. Let's just do, I know this Kaweco is a wet writer too. Let's just test it right out. And I know it would do okay in my Leuchtturm, so that's going to have to be one of the tests. Yeah, this one's just a little wetter than the Perkio. But I had to work on this initially, so I'm sure I ended up, you know, with all that nib smoothing, making it a little bit more of a wet writer. Okay, Noodlers, Navajo, Turquoise. And this is what I would be doing whether I was filming or not. I would get these notebooks, open them up, and just start right in the back. Okay, here's the broad nib in the Moon Man. We might as well give it a test because these are the kinds of pens I like to use in my ink journal and in my bullet journal. And if I ever could find a notebook that was in an affordable range that I was happy enough with, you know, for a bullet journal, then I would stop paying that outrageous price for the Leuchtturms. But they are nice notebooks and really hard for me to find an equivalent. Moon Man, Mini, broad nib. Whoops, I could have abbreviated. Robert Oster, Tranquility. Oh, that was an exciting day when I finally got brave enough to change that nib out. Whoops, well, I made a boo-boo there, but that's okay. Okay, what else do I want to try? I'm absolutely sure that Earl Grey would be fine on this. Well, then let me test that theory. Oh, that's all I need is a bunch of assumptions between me and this notebook. Okay, Twisby, Mini, AL, medium nib, Diamine, Earl Grey. I actually, it's the one to try because I have to use a gray pen in my ink journal. That's what I like to do. Have something for my daily entries that coordinates with every other color that I decided to use in my bullet journal. Well, we can try this stub, but this is an awful dry nib right now. The Lamia All-Star. I'm gonna have to do something about that setup. Lamia All-Star. I think I'm spelling that right. Okay, so it leaves a little bit of extra ink every now and then, so maybe that'll be a good test of it. So it has this stub. And Robert Oster. Velvet Crush. This was from Ink Journal, the ink. It was a sample. It was in that month where we had the secret inks, I think. And I did really fall for this ink, but I haven't gone beyond the sample. Yay me. Okay, that's enough. Oh, wow. Okay, guys. I wasn't expecting this. No bleed through. There's a little bit of show through, but no bleed through. Oh my goodness. Okay, let's get a paintbrush and let's find out. Let's really find out. I want to find out how this does compared to the Rhodia. So let me get one I've already reviewed that let's see. Oh, I should have thought that through a little more. I've done so much filing. Well, it doesn't really matter what we use here, but I do need to get a paintbrush. This will be Kaweco Caramel Brown, and I'm just gonna like go crazy. Hope that's okay. It looks funny. All right, that's probably not a good test either. It's not saturated enough. All right, so we'll do that one, and then we'll do another one. Yeah, I didn't think this all the way through, but I really want to do this. I'm excited to do this, so I'll grab another paintbrush. Let's just go for this Star Ruby. It's quite saturated. Let's see what happens. Now, if it bleeds through, it's not going to be the end of the world. It does that in the Rhodia too, but I'd like to see. All right, we've got to lay it on a little thicker to know. And I usually do. I come in and paint. I usually do with the box, and I'm all hyper about making it fit, but we don't need to do that. I just want to know, basically, whether it goes through and how much it goes through. Okay, I need to get some water there. I almost don't want to turn the page. Okay. Now that acts very much, very similar to what I have seen that Rhodia Goalbook behave. Because I've worked with it now for so long. You guys that watch my channel all the time, you see it all the time. But you may be in this video for the first time wondering, what's she talking about? So, you know, I've used it, and I'm always painting in it. The best example is when I paint in these big squares like this. And we get just a little bleed through sometimes from the back, but not much. But this is very comparable. Oh my gosh, this is a game changer for me, because sometimes I'm so conservative of the paper, and I don't want to be. I want to really make messes, but I don't want to pay $25 or $20 for a notebook and then like run through paper like a mad scientist. What I want is to be able to afford the notebooks. This is really nice. And if my opinion changes or other things occur, I'll let you know. But this is a really, it shows me what I need to know, that I could bullet journal in it, I could ink journal in it. Okay, it doesn't have white paper, but neither does the Rhodia one that I use. So, and it does have the numbered pages. I really like it. Okay, and this is not a review, so I need to make that clear. I just was bringing you along with my pen allowance purchases today. And it's maybe a little scattered here, because that's how I roll, especially in the mornings. I'm just getting started. Okay, so that's fun. I mean, we'll see how it goes with these envelopes, but I had such a good experience with the colored ones. I just know that these will be just as good. And they hold a lot. They're not super heavy. So when I'm sending overseas, I don't, you know, because I weigh things and carefully try to keep it under an ounce and that kind of thing. So that's nice. I did want to mention something else. This is not a pen allowance item. This was sent to me by a pen friend. Thank you, Sharon. This is from Pokka pens. And it's their micro notes little notebook for your wallet. So neat. It's real little, like a credit card size, and it'll go right in your wallet. And then it's got grid paper. It's very small. You could put passwords, you could put health information, a list of your medications. I don't have my wallet right here, so anyway, you know, you can tell, because look how close that is to the size of a business card. Anyway, I'm really interested in this, and I've started, but it's a little bit of a weird health thing that I'm recording, so I don't want to show you that. But I thought I would just mention this because I have showed their little pocket pens, and I usually have them rolling all over. I had to go and run after mine. This is what I'm carrying every day right now. It's a little a ballpoint pen. Don't get angry. No. It serves my purposes, believe me, because when you're in a store, when you're running about doing things, I need a pen, and I'm not always really sure in this hot Texas heat, even whether I ought to take one of my really reliable ones, because I don't want ink all over my pocket, and it's so hot here. So, you know, I haven't put that to the test, but I will. You know, I love carrying my fountain pens too, but this is the Pokka pen, and they make these super small and lightweight portable pens. So anyway, this isn't part of what I bought. I do spend pen allowance money on these little suckers as often as I get away with it, but anyway, I just wanted to show you the little micro notes. It's neat, and it has implications for me as a maker too, because you know, I could make one if I fall in love with this size. But right now I've bitten off more than I can chew. I'm trying to do a crochet project which I can't seem to get into, and I need to, because I made a promise, and I'm also making some booklets that I promised. So gosh, anyway, I will, and I need to slow down, and I will, So I've been excited about this video ever since I purchased, or my husband purchased this notebook. So I've been wanting to bring this, but oh my goodness, I don't think I've ever done a 30-minute video. So what do you think? Have you got one of these Exceed bullet journals, and what do you think about it? I think it may be a really big game changer. And I did notice, I checked them out in Vermont, but it was heavy, so I didn't want to put it in my backpack. If there's enough interest, I'll do a full review, like a separate, and just focus just on this and put it to even further test. But you know me, I'm always doing ink, and that is what's next. We'll be doing Pelikan Edelstein Star Ruby from the May Ink Flight 28 series. And that'll be the last one in my series because I've already done the last two. So thank you for watching, and I welcome all comments and conversations. So I will talk to you later. Bye for now.